This was Rotom. That's what I was
because
going
Rotom was way sadder than me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ride or Die podcast. My name is Carly Joy Galanter. I'm here with my accomplice,
Paul Jason Levine, at your service. And joining us today is extra special guest judge. Hold on, I gotta put my glasses back on because, our eyes. You may know her as the former captain of White Ice. And
yes,
she is Jamie Horowitz. It's hard because I did the waiting room and, a lot's going on. Hi, Jamie. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Welcome, White Team teen captains of the past.
Fellow
yes.
Captain Club.
Yeah, little squad.
Mm-hmm.
What should we talk about in our Color War episode? We could go a lot of routes with this. Do you guys want to talk about the cheers?
Oh, God.
Well, yeah,
Oh, God.
we have to.
Well, guys.
Jamie, you got to tell us, you're our guest, you got to start us off. Historically, a cheer that has stuck with you.
I'm going to say, because I was so young when I was captain, I wasn't allowed to hang out late at night when, can I use names? Yeah, right. Carly wouldn't let me come with Chase, the other team captain, because I was too young and it was past our bedtime. So I wasn't allowed to help write the cheers.
Wait, so when you were a captain, Carly was...
Carly Wisniewski. Not this Carly.
At a single camp, there's two counselor captains and there's
two team captains. Yeah. So it was weird because I was a first year teen, but I was team captain. That usually happens third year teen. I don't know why.
I have some guesses, and it's probably because you were a good child. It's probably because you were well behaved.
There were other people.
But you're spirited, but also well behaved. You had the best of both worlds.
No,
so
I'm not saying I'm not saying I couldn't have gotten it, but I could have gotten it the second or the third year. There really wasn't a reason. Whatever, that first year. So my year, I didn't actually write any of the cheers. Although I remember including, we were White Ice. And we talked about Hannah Montana and the ice cream freeze. And I remember Carly had no idea what that was. And I was like, this is what we should use.
I think this Carly doesn't know what that is either.
Definitely Google it. It's a great song. We used it as one of the entrances, I remember. Distinctly. Clearly.
See, I wasn't there second session that year, so I do not recall.
Oh.
So I did miss it.
That was, and that video, can we talk about the video real quick? Quick shout out to the video.
My sister put it on the TV screen in my family, for my family to watch during quarantine. She was like, let me just find this video. My mom's like, Jimmy, why don't you show this to me? I love Color War videos. It's like, Mom, this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my entire life.
You were only in it for a few minutes.
You were
I was the opponent. I was the entire time. Yeah, they made me be on the red team, even though I was the white team captain.
Yes.
That's
Jordan.
That's why before the show I mixed it up. I always get confused.
Yeah.
In the video.
It was like a Bachelor.
Yes.
Parody. And I was the red fire competing against White Ice. And I'm a terrible actress, so bad.
Oh, Chase wasn't in it, really.
Chase was not in it. So
Chase did it for 3 seconds.
Why did I have to be in it? I don't know.
And you were for it, so you were a fresh woman for it, fresh out of your bat mitzvah.
I wore Shelly Chickas's dress. Oh, it could have been Rebecca Volkov's actually, but it was a tight red little dress, and I remember I wore this headband from Payless that I had that had sparkles on it, and I really was I'm on the Bachelorette, and it was literally no, that's not the vibe.
Did you finish your story about the cheers with Carly? And Carly, she wouldn't write the cheers together because
I wasn't allowed to go because they went to tag at night, and I wasn't allowed to go because we were in fucking.
Oh no!
No, this was because we were 13-year-old babies. We lived in Hyatt Ramada by the flagpole, so we weren't. I wasn't allowed to get there because she said, "How are you going to get home?" And I was like, "But you know, it is what it is. Yeah. I don't. What cheers do you remember? I don't remember. I think I know them when they come on the radio. There's one like DC when it was DC versus Marvel. Like I remember those cheers, or like I don't know. I remember when the song comes on, I'm like I started singing the Color War words, and then everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Well, you don't get it. You think that I can't play."
Yeah, no, I'll still sing some of the lyrics a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like popular songs, and then some. I'll do it only to be like obnoxious around like people that I'm, you know.
Yeah. But as we get older, it's like less and less relevant. And I'm like, damn, I really can't. Really should learn the real words.
I should learn the real words.
Taylor Swift songs, especially.
Yes, ma'am. Oh wait, I was gonna say, can we talk about Color War breakouts? Because those were the events of the summer. Like every summer you're there, and then it's like the fourth week. You had Tribal War, you know, like those breakouts.
It's been a while since there were wars, you know. You smell it coming.
And and you would always predict what day it was gonna happen, and then
yeah.
I remember the last one that the three of us were on camp for.
Yeah.
And you were working in the kitchen, and Carly was like babysitting the little.
Oh, I remember that day.
You were WITs, workers in training for what? I don't know, like labor.
Right.
And then to be counselors the next year, I don't know what that was, but during dinner, all the kids were banging. They were like, "Color War breakout," or "Color War breakout."
Yeah, I was like, "What tune is that?"
Right.
And we were like, what? I don't know what they're talking about. It's not Color War. Like, nothing's happening. And then they left, and then whoever was in charge came in, and they were like,
wait, what was Color War 2016?
Help us with Color War breakout.
Pirates versus Ninjas.
I didn't even remember that at all, so that's how you know.
Because we weren't involved.
I remember Trial War. I remember Tribal War more than I do Color War that year. It was Switzerland.
Wait, I think Alex was captain.
She probably was. I just don't remember.
And you didn't care. It didn't mean the world to you. Yeah, I think she was, right? Probably. Oh, no, she wasn't. She wasn't.
No.
Yeah, no. She wasn't. I lied.
She wasn't.
Right.
It was a big fib.
Breakouts were a disaster. Okay, they used to be good. Like when I was there, I went to camp since like 2009, right? And like 2010, they did Vikings versus aliens, and they brought in a helicopter. And then one year they came down in a hot air balloon, and then one year they came out of the airplane, and they like, what's it called?
Skydive,
yes. Like those were great.
Do you mean perchance Color War 2016?
No.
2015.
Yeah, it wasn't 2016.
Oh, no.
2016 was the one where
it was Jesse and Jordan. It must have been before.
Between 2015 and 2016, they really dialed it down a lot. 2016 was the one you guys did.
Even 2016, it was raining.
No, even 2009, it was, or I think it was 2009. It was cops versus firefighters. I think, yes. And they brought like a fire truck and police cars, and they like drove us all down to tag, and then they had like a whole murder scene set up, and they're like that was cool, you know.
That's cool.
They definitely degraded a bit. The worst one was the one at Goshen. Do you remember that one? 2012?
That was my first. No, 20. Yeah.
Yes, I've only heard the rumors.
I remember Yuval texting me on my little flip phone about it. He was like, "Color War breakout was at Goshen," and then he told me like what the teams were.
Oh, you weren't there either.
Oh my god. So we went to this place called Goshen Sports Center. It was 45 minutes away. So we used to go there periodically during the summer to like play sports.
Yeah, we
couldn't do that on camp. Like, I don't know what
literally. Why was that a trip?
Absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, we played like handball or like cool stuff.
Terrible.
Cool.
We get there.
I love that trip.
Oh my god. We got there and it's just dark, and all of a sudden we go up stairs, and they have like this black tent in the middle with like flashing light, and I only remember Gabby. I don't even remember, and Craig Chickas were team captains at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't remember anything else going on. We were all just like, what the fuck? And they literally walk out behind a curtain. Like, that's the whole breakout. We're like, what? Was that was the DC versus Marvel one? Yeah. Oh, Belfer and Becky, right, for the captain.
That was my counselor.
They're the two rivals. But that was probably the worst breakout I ever saw. Also because we had to drive 45 minutes and they told us we were getting ice cream and then
they said you're getting ice cream.
And they did.
Everyone's probably like, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can we talk about our color war captains, like our experiences? Because like we were both. So Jamie, just to recap for the viewers at home, you were captain 2013 of the white team versus the red team because those were our camp colors. And
right.
So 2013, who were your co-captains? And then
wait, it was S. No, it wasn't Esty. Wait,
Chase.
Who was it? It was Chase was with me, but I don't know who the other team was.
Oh.
What was the team with you and Chase? Because
it was me.
It was me and Chase. Now I want to know.
And it was Carly Wisniewski and Jordan.
Oh,
and the other team was Jesse, Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know who the team captains were.
Wait, we gotta take a time out and figure this out.
The color war breakout was terrible. It was like the tiki. They brought a dance people, and then they made us all go on stage, and we had like dance with these dance people. Who was it? Chase. It wasn't anyone our year. It was older people.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Danziger?
Yes. But who was the woman?
Sam Danziger, brother of Josh Danziger from episode 2 of her Big Brother podcast.
Who was the woman?
I have no somebody older. Carly, was someone from like your bunk or someone you used to be like in
Sabrina.
The bunk with? Shut the fuck up, Sabrina. Oh my god. Was it actually Sabrina?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe there's a little bit of tea because her and Chase were hooking up. So it's like
That's so much
right.
tea.
So much tea. Right. Oh, that was good. Yes. Breakdancing Sabrina rings a bunch of bells. She was also 13. What the fuck were they doing this year?
Yeah, she was.
God. Well, I think that was just an iconic year because it was like Jesse versus Jordan. It was like very anticipated. Like, when was it gonna happen? Like, the kids were very, very into it.
That kind of sucks because like now it's just like you're like one of Jordan's girls, not like because it was really like that.
It would suck to be the other captains on the team.
Yeah, like you're not like the main event. I mean, like you are the main event, but you're
Harley, are you trying to say we were the main event of our team?
No. Well, yes, actually, but I wasn't trying to say that.
It's just so wild because do you remember we used to do this activity where we would like go in the pool and we had to make like a raft that was going to float?
Fun.
I don't even know if this was our year. It might have been the year Melissa was captain. What year was that? The year before, whatever. But
yes.
like,
Melissa, we know we can conquer it all.
Yeah. And Shackney, yeah. And they were like dating and they were on different, and there was so much drama. Like, I remember like we had to make these floating rafts, and then one team like cheated, right? They like bought a floaty from the Walmart or something.
That's
or, like,
hilarious.
So stupid. And the two like Shackney and Melissa were dating and they like ignored each other. Like, it was something so stupid. And now I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, color war is the most like irrelevant thing on the planet. But it literally like consumes your life when you're in it, like 100%. Like, it's literally like life or death. Like, remember people used to argue with Dave Robinson like about like points? Like, Dave's probably like, what the fuck does this matter? Like,
I want to argue with him about points. Oh my god. So
like, could you imagine like, Dave, we served those points, like we should have won. Like, no.
Oh man, I mean, it's hard not to though. Like, you gotta, that's what it's all about.
You gotta
your reputation is on the line. You need to win. And I think winning color war, top 10 moments of my life, I feel.
Oh, top 3.
Did I win? I don't even know if I won. I won.
I got bad news for you.
I didn't win, right?
Oh no, I mean when I was.
I don't think I won. I don't remember
you
any
didn't.
color wars I won.
Jamie, you didn't win.
You win, tragically. Well, I won that summer. That was my first summer at Color War, and I won on Red Fire. Versus White Ice, we saw it coming. Come on, abolish ice. Jamie coming to us live from DC.
I am.
Yeah.
Paul, you've never lost Color War. How does that feel?
Oh, wow.
Honestly.
Paul, you're an asset.
I have that said, I have come in 4th place in every single tribal war I've participated in.
That doesn't matter.
But
this is pre-Color War.
I won the important ones.
It's irrelevant, yeah. Wow. That's a flex.
Wait, so 24, can we go chronologically, like our years as teens? So 2013 was your year. And then 2014 we had
Esty and Josh.
But it was what, White Space Voyagers?
Red Shut up.
Explorers.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
That was the hot air balloon, right?
Yes.
That made no sense because the red team got to come down in a hot air balloon and the other team came out of like a bush. For breakouts. Does anyone else remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't put those pieces together. And then behind the fence, I'll never forget, on the softball field, Alex Stein crying. She was the main council captain of her life.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm sorry, Alex.
Like, 2nd Color War, my 3rd year at camp, so, like, I was invested, but, like, I had not committed my entire childhood to being Color War captain when I grew up. I feel so bad.
I think she came back to camp to be Color War captain. I'm not kidding. I think she did, right? What?
I wouldn't be surprised.
She has it over Melissa and Ronnie. Come on.
Well, she's older than them, so I mean, I get it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's like above their year. She's like
above them. She's above my cousin now.
Oh God. Yeah, that was 2014.
So the captains were White team captains, Josh and Esty, and Melissa and Zach Benson.
Yes, and the other team was Jamie Stabinsky. And David Bacor. Yes.
Iconic. And Ronnie and Shackney.
Yes. Oh, did they give it to Ronnie? I forgot. No,
that was on our team.
Oh, Shackney and Melissa was that year? Oh, I thought they were earlier. Interesting.
If you're viewing this at home and you're thinking, man, whatever happened to that Red Ocean Explorer video?
Oh my God.
Check out Carly's channel. She has it uploaded for everyone.
In the worst quality.
Did you upload it from your iPhone?
You can find really dated stuff. If you search Camflum on YouTube and you dig for 5 seconds, you can really go back there.
Oh, I love going back.
Carly and I used to do that together when we were like during the year. When we were like, I miss camp. We would
cute.
Watch old videos.
Who doesn't? It was a simpler time. From Color War. Color War is the biggest activity of the century.
I think it still is the biggest activity, even though it hasn't happened in a while.
And then we just got to recap. Our last year was teens, 2015. Red Nickelodeon versus White Disney. And
that Color War I spent making the banner. I didn't leave the art room for
Might I add, not for our team.
Correct.
For the opposing team. So that was
Nickelodeon. I was on Nickelodeon and I got to draw lots of
But you were a rival for our last summer as campers. We were like, this Jamie Horowitz. The red team.
Okay, I was with Tori and Becca and who else? All I remember is that someone got lice during it.
Wait, I miss when everyone would have to worry about getting lice. That's so fun.
We would walk to the camp, and the first thing they would do would be the lice check. That was the one thing to protect against.
So we don't take kids to movie theaters. But our camp is too cheap.
Well, there's a reason it was cheap.
Guys, how often do you get to get your hair checked for lice?
It's true.
Not often enough.
True.
Not often enough.
Not often enough.
Wait, I'm a little confused. If we can backtrack for 5 seconds, I thought this was a Big Brother podcast. Is this not?
This is about Color War today. It's not always.
You just change it up, whatever you're feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like the people.
It started off as a reality TV podcast, and we're gonna try and keep that maybe a little bit. Like with
I think that people need to know about color war. Like they need to understand.
We were talking.
They need to understand that like you get off the bus, right, the first day of camp, and everybody's talking about who's gonna be color war captain, and the minute it happens, and then you get back on the bus and we go home, and they start talking about all during the winter until the next year is who is it gonna be next year. Like, it literally consumes your mind. Like,
it's literally like Hunger Games vibes. Like,
Josh Danziger. Sorry, Josh.
No, well, there's color war captain, and then the biggest honor of them all, the grand prize at the end of you're there, what, 8 to 15, 8-year growing up journey at camp.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Josh, trigger warning.
Honor team.
Mm-hmm. Who's it?
Jamie's like honor team.
And that's right, folks. We are here with one of 2 honor teams from the teen class of 2015, Jamie Horowitz.
Class.
We gotta say congrats.
Mom. Yeah, first of all, congrats.
Such an honor.
Awesome.
Thank you. Such an honor.
Teen. Oh my god, that's so funny that they did that. Can you think about how funny of an award that is to give out? Like, when you think about it, like, are you kidding?
I got off the bus because me and Esty both got it, and my mom, we took a picture of us with our signs, and we're just like, look at us. Honor teams. Like, my parents don't give a crap. Like, they don't know what's happening.
But it's hilarious. Like,
yeah, it's so funny.
If I found out my child got something that was called honor team, I would be thrilled.
No, what if they got out every single team?
What a title.
Wild. And then wasn't there T the year after us because they gave honor team to like a second-year teen or something?
Yes, it was. It wasn't Noah.
It might have been.
Yes, it was.
Didn't Jish get it? I don't know. I know that Tyler's year, like, they stopped before they could get it. Like, Tyler never got it because
Tyler never got it. Alex had to have got an honor team.
Yeah, she did. But I'm saying Tyler she got color war captain, but she never was able to get honor team because
she wasn't able to graduate and get her degree.
Yeah. You know, the plaque still isn't up, so like a little salty with that.
She knows in her heart that she would have won honor team.
She does.
The plaque is just a material object.
All right, you know what? The plaque is like kind of cool. Like Jesse Stavinsky was the only one who could have gotten shit to happen, and like we told him, we're like, can you please? He like tried so hard to get Jamie Stavinsky on there, and I was like, okay, well, if you're pushing for Jamie, you might as well push for me also.
Did Jamie get honor team?
Yeah, the year before me, obviously.
Was it just her?
The plaque that they update.
Maybe David. I don't know.
The plaque that they update in the JCE where
oh my god, the JCE. Wow, what a time. What a time.
Callback joke.
I want to go to the JCE. That's so funny. What a funny place.
We'll have to go back one day.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know we will. We will.
We'll get there.
What's the funniest spot on camp? I think it's the Great Lawn.
I think it's the Great Lawn solely because I remember an entire Color War song dedicated to the Great Lawn. That Sammy
like sacrilegious.
Sammy Sharabani did it, and someone lied down in a green shirt, and Sammy Sharabani, it was like to the don't touch this, and it was like nah, can't touch this, and he's like going up to the lawn, and he keeps like running away, and I was like, why is there a whole song about the lawn?
I love the Great Lawn.
Wow,
that's some nice memories there. Some Boston tea parties.
Sometimes I would drink water on the Great Lawn.
I forgot we had Boston tea parties. That's so funny.
It definitely is.
So American of us.
Well, they're a bunch of Brits, so.
True.
Yeah. Those were peak Color War events, I think.
I don't think Boston Tea Party was.
Wait.
What's up?
Oh, what was it? The Water Brigade?
Bucket Brigade.
Bucket Brigade. Yeah. That shit.
Boston Tea Party, that was something else though, right?
That was first session.
Yeah.
That was just like kids playing.
Yeah, that was like amateur hour.
That was amateur hour. That was like pre-Bucket Brigade.
Right.
Wait, okay.
Amateur hour.
We have to talk about the most iconic moment in Color.
Iron Man.
No, well,
Iron Man with Craig Chickens.
Love the Iron Man where Craig Chickens.
Well, you're gonna talk about the drowning, right?
No, remember he went off course? He went off course, and then he still hit the bong 3 times. And then Dave declared that he lost because he went off course, even though he ran more. And Craig literally passed out. He literally thought his life was going to end. You don't remember this?
No.
Wait, what year?
He's won 2012, I guess.
Oh, yeah, so I don't remember that because that wasn't.
Yeah, 2012, I didn't know.
Oh, he was running up the hill, and you make the last left past the volleyball court towards the flagpole, and he accidentally went like towards the HC. So then he looped back like onto the basketball court to finish. I totally cut you off, by the way, but like he loops back onto the basketball court and then hits the gong 3 times. And then the next person, whoever he's competing against, also came up, followed the path correctly, hit the thing 3 times. And Dave declared that the not Craig's team, I don't remember, white team, I guess, won because Craig went off the path, even though Craig like ran more than he needed to. And Craig I literally thought he was gonna die. Like he looked so upset. That was like the biggest thing I've ever dispute I've ever seen in color war history. Like so funny.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that was
You're
a lovely
welcome.
story.
I
Wait,
really
color war our year or because he was captain again when we were captains. So I was wondering did he do it again?
He did it as a teen.
And maybe he wasn't.
He was team captain. He was team captain.
Yes. I actually don't know if he was captain when he did this, but the way it looked.
No,
personal,
he was.
So I assume he was. Yeah.
He was. He was captain 2012.
Yeah, I remember from the video, DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
That's why I know.
What were you saying, Paul?
So we were talking a lot about Jesse and Jordan. We were talking a lot about Jesse and Jordan. Shout out.
Yeah.
You guys are watching. Thank you for those years of our lives. And so they pulled out every stop when they were in charge of programming and they were planning Color War. They summer 2014, our second year as teens, we were anticipating Color War breakout. When's it gonna come? And then one day we're all in the dining hall where later people thought sometimes there would be a Color War breakout. And then we hear a lot of rustlings. There's a lot of running back and forth between Jesse and Arlene and Jordan. And then rumors start floating around the dining room. Someone drowned. And then we all run outside. And then we got to talking about Eric Josephson, the camp legend himself, passed out. Where was he? Was he on the pier? Do you guys remember?
I don't know what it was. I just remember being
passed out. We thought we saw lifeguards, or no, what we watched was one of the lifeguards. It might have been Charlie. I don't remember. And they're rowing the lake, and they have him on a kayak with him.
He literally thought he died, and his sister.
All I remember was seeing Becca Joseph.
He looks like Jesus.
She was literally hysterically crying. We all thought literally he died in the lake.
And then he leaped up from he was what he must have been 12 when this happened.
Yeah.
He leaped up from the canoe when the whole camp thought that
thinks he died.
As if, by the way, someone was drowning, we would all go out and look.
Yeah. He
ripped off his shirt and it said Color War fake out, and then he started yelling Color War fake out, and it was all just an elaborate Color War fake out to mess with our little child mind.
I feel like when that happened, everyone was just dead silent. That's what I remember. But I don't know. Maybe there would have been applause. I don't know.
I remember
being
performance art, and I think everyone was stunned.
I remember that night, and then also I don't remember what year it was, 2013, when all the upper staff changed, and they all came back, and they were like, what's Color War? And we were like, what do you mean, what's Color War? And they're like, I've never heard of Color War. We're not doing Color War anymore. And we all were like, oh my God, the upper staff doesn't know what it is. They're not going to do it this year. They were and then they faked this out also because it happened anyway.
That didn't take much for that, I guess.
No.
This was a great conversation, Jamie.
Nice little trip down memory lane here.
Mm-hmm. Any parting words you want to give us before this Zoom cuts us off? It says, just a heads up, it always says less than a minute. It's usually more than a minute, so.
Well, you know. No, like R.I.P. Camp Lemma. It was pretty good time.
Oh yeah, guys, it ended.
1941 to 2017, 18?
We hit 75 years. That's all I know. I don't know how many years we ended at, but we hit 75.
75 was when we were staff, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad we got to be the last kids who really got to take reign.
We did.
Got the last
I think that's an important part in like child development is really.
And that power trip too, like we really got it, and then we like went into the real world to college.
We ran with it, yeah. Wow. Fully.
So sad.
Yeah, but the moral is color war doesn't matter. You know, it's hype in the moment, and then you think back at it, and you're like, wow, I don't even know if I won or lost. I didn't even remember if I won. It's like fun in the moment.
I like I won.
Oh yeah, I knew I won. I guess you remember when you win.
Right, I guess that's it. Yeah, if you lose, and
you forget when you lose. That's tragic. That's really sad.
Right, you know, it's dark times.
But you walked away with the biggest prize of them all, honor team. Congratulations.